This is the Negro Ninja. And y'all notice how I'm always talking about how hoes would just renege at the last minute, and they like to play this game to where they just say, "Oh, just wait on me, just have patience," because patience is only a trait that you should have for yourself. And when a host says to have it, then it's just a game. And that's a game that you're not designed to win because you would wait and you would wait and you would wait and you would continue waiting. Okay, nothing's ever going to happen. Okay, that's just a whole escape route. Remember, these hoes are like cat burglars. These hoes remind me of that one episode of The Simpsons when the lawyer was trying to defend Homer from the devil in court. And he said, "I'll be back." Where did he go? And they went to the bathroom because that's the last place he went and saw the window open. Nigga and I drove off. That's what them hoes try to do. Okay. That's some very insecure stuff. Like I said, half of this shit, it's all about knowing. Knowing is half the battle. A lot of people want to walk around blaming dudes for why didn't this go from point A to point B? It's your fault. And then some dudes try to spin the angle. It's really your fault. Maybe you should learn game from me. And like I said, these niggas don't have game. They're just pussy hounds. Okay. And you also have to consider where you're at. Okay. So if you're around low level people, okay, then that makes sense, that they would just be playing these type of games. Because once again, when you just put in the wrong setting, you're around narcissists. That's all they do is just torture you. That's just what they do. And a lot of these hoes are. That's just guaranteed. A lot of these hoes are insecure. Same characteristics. They do the same shit. Playing mind games to try to get you down. Okay, a bitch will ghost on you in a heartbeat, all because you got patience. Oh, I just forgot. You're a confronter on it, and it's always an excuse. Always an excuse. And a bitch will use a so-called dead relative in a heartbeat. Okay, oh well, this person in my family, they'll say they died or whatever. And I was like, well shit, I have also had, death in the family before, but that doesn't make me skip a beat, so that don't even make sense. I always trying to play on your sympathies and stuff like that. But once again, the more despicable the hoe with her excuses, the more insecure she is. And you don't really want that type of bitch anyway, because who would go to that type of length to get out of something that's not that big a deal? Okay, meaning you a hoe anyway, why not just take the dick? Now, this is a funny story that I have to prove this theory. It's another Reddit story. I know you niggas love the Reddit stories. And this is a story about a bitch that was a babysitter that fucked the kid she was babysitting. Now, remember, before I get into this, remember I was telling y'all that all these hoes that play these games, you know, be fucking household items and dogs and shit like that. This right here proving. Once again, it's a power thing. They have to feel like they in control. Okay, like them hoes in the bestiality videos. Niggas, the dog don't even want none. She just give it to him. She just feel in control. You big dumb mutt. Come here. Dog be humping there and there. No, 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 stupid, stupid. There, and it should just ease them in. That's what it's like. Women that do that would do that type of shit that I'm talking about. I guess this is sick, but this is the way of the whole. So here's the story from Reddit.
And subscribe right now, and the snake will save you too, if you ever are drowning.
That's
The
stupid.
way I lost my virginity makes me sick. Ask me anything if you want, but don't expect a response. I'm a happily married woman with a husband I like to think I'm completely open and honest with, but there is one thing I have never told him the truth about. The first person I had sex with.
Okay, now the intro to this video. Ask me anything you want, but don't expect the response. Such a bitch. And that's how they act. That's how a lot of these hoes be acting. Okay, now she only talking that type of shit because she's anonymous anyway. Okay, but that's how they act. Like that's that low level shit that a lot of niggas complaining about. Okay, and once again, it's so common that they try to make you think it's something wrong with you. Okay, then on top of this, let's look at the intro sentence. This is a happily married bitch with a husband that she, um, with a husband that she likes to think she is completely open and honest with. See how these hoes do? Okay, but there's one thing I never told him about the truth of the first person she fucked. Okay, so anyway,
I just noticed this subreddit a few days ago, and kept wanting to post this with my real account. but I just can't bring myself to do that, so please accept my apologies for using a throwaway account. Maybe one day I'll have the courage to use my real account.
Coward.
Right now I just want to tell this to someone, to anyone, without risking having anyone I know in real life trace it back to me.
Hoes are
The
careful.
first person I had sex with was a young boy, 11 or 12. I can't remember. I was his little sister's babysitter. I was 17 at the time, and considering having sex with my first serious boyfriend. But he broke up with me earlier that day, because he got mad at me for choosing to babysit over hanging out with him. I'm pretty sure he thought I was finally ready to sleep with him, which is why he was so mad that I took the job when I was asked to babysit.
Okay, now in case y'all didn't hear this over the beep, okay, basically what happened is she was 17 at the time and she was considering having sex with her first serious boyfriend, but he broke up with her earlier that next day because he got mad at her for choosing to babysit over hanging out with him. Typical bitch shit. Always looking for a way out, always trying to put something over you. Once again, the patience thing. When a woman says to have patience, then patience is no longer a character trait. That shit is just a game. Okay. Because a hoe should never tell you to be patient to begin with, because nobody tell these hoes to be patient. Okay. When it comes time to eat, bitch, you just ate. How about you be patient enough to wait until you're hungry for the next meal? Don't nobody do that shit. Niggas need to be doing this shit to these hoes. Now look at what's happening. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a fat bitch talking or a chubby one that ain't too far from fat. Okay. But anyway, she said I'm pretty sure he thought that she was finally ready to fuck him, which um was why he was so mad. Once again, when you see niggas just angry at a bitch, you better believe that he was a patient motherfucker. Okay, because niggas that's not about shit don't have that type of anger. They'll beat the shit out of a hoe. But it's a certain type of anger that you can only have when you try to do the right thing and you're not being rewarded for it. Okay. Okay. Now look at her excuse. She finna explain it in this next sentence.
The truth is that yes, I had been considering finally doing it, and that I was scared. But also, and this is what he didn't understand, I needed the money.
She only told the truth with that first sentence. She was scared. That's it. Okay. But this is also what he didn't understand. I need the money. Once again, like when a hoe try to use death in the family as an excuse, and half the time I think they just be lying anyway, period. Okay, like I said, it's a lot of people that have death in their families, but they still function. They like they can't function, just use it as an excuse and you never talk to that bitch again. They are notorious for that shit. It always gotta be something like that. That's how you know these bitches are like psychopaths or something. Like they just mentally like something is removed from their brain the way they just lack empathy or something. Empathy for their own actions. They don't give a fuck about your blue balls. They smiling about it. All that because he went for me. They're sadistic.
Unlike him, I didn't have parents who gave me an allowance or anything. I made my money through my babysitting jobs, or from this one company I worked for, leaving leaflets in mailboxes around the neighborhood.
Once again, she's still full of shit. Why can't hoes ever write a rain check? Why can't she just fuck him at the babysitter's house? As trifling as these bitches is, that's not beneath her. You know, they just full of shit. Scary bitch.
I was supposed to just watch the girl, who was about 6 years old, that night. But after putting her to bed, the boy came home unexpectedly. Apparently, he'd gotten into a fight with the friend he'd been supposed to be spending the night with. He was really upset about the fight, and was in tears. I tried everything I could to comfort him, but he was inconsolable. Finally, I just hugged him, and told him that his friend was a jerk, and that he should forget about him. That's when he kissed me, and I didn't stop him. Even when he began to fondle my breasts, I didn't stop him. I don't think I did anything to encourage him, but I know I didn't do anything to stop him either.
But you want to keep your boyfriend from getting some pussy. What a bitch. What a bitch. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, she making it hard for you, but she making it easy for the next nigga. Look at the example I gave earlier about them hoes, fucking household items and etc. Okay. The bitch is a coward. Okay. So she automatically feels like you think like she feels less than the dude she's scared to fuck. Therefore she's offended. Okay, so she has to do something to get back at him. And that little boy basically just ran game on this bitch. Who's to say that that actually happened? He probably just had that planned out. Because he's clearly a little demon. Okay, clearly a little demon to be thinking about it. You got to be thinking about this. He ran game on that bitch. Hoe is weak. Okay,
It's funny. This kid, this little boy, he took my hand and put it between his legs, like he was teaching me about how to make out or something. What's not funny is the fact that I just went along with it. I don't know if it was out of embarrassment or shame or actual desire
bitch, it was
or whatever,
desire.
but I did. God damn, I went along with it. And that's how I lost my virginity with it. To a child I felt sorry for, and in the most awkward situation imaginable. All these years later, my official first time story is completely different. I haven't
I believe I believe most hoes lying about their first time.
ever told anyone, not even my husband, about the real first time. The truth makes me feel like a child molester or something. My husband knows about the time I gave a blowjob to a stranger to pay for bus fare once. He knows about an awful thing I did to one of my siblings that no one else knows, and I will never tell anyone else about. He knows about pretty much all of my secrets, but he does not know about this. No one does, except the boy, obviously.
That shit is crazy, yo. Okay, it's mind boggling. Now, this bitch here was scared of Dick this whole time. She running away from Dick and ends up getting molested. She got reverse molested. How the hell does that happen? Okay, that's what you get. Okay, then this bitch could have had a bigger dick if she just played her cards right. Now, that's something she got to deal with because she should have gave that nigga some pussy. Okay, you should have gave that nigga some pussy. And then she get fucked by a little 11-year-old. These bitches are stupid, man. And like I said, we get mad at the stuff that hoes put us through, and you have every right to, because you shouldn't have to go through that. It's frustrating. Why would anybody do you like that? Okay, you like I said, if you're doing everything right, then you expect to be rewarded. Okay, but like I said, the karma's on this bitch. She should have fucked her boyfriend. That would have never happened to her. And even if it did happen, it wouldn't be as dumb because it wouldn't be her first time. So stupid. Okay, she felt sorry for somebody. And that just pretty much explains why Nick hoes pick stupid dudes that you be like, why are they together? They don't even make sense. That's the same mentality. I just want to build up somebody that ain't about shit. Okay, this bitch know why she really did it. She just ain't saying it in that story. She's saying it in between the lines. You got to read it. All right, matter of fact, let me read a comment that I made on the video because it's better to say the shit when it's fresh. I said she full of it. She used babysitting as an escape route, but still ended up having sex when she was scared to do it with her boyfriend. I said she despicable and deserved and got reverse molested in the process. Okay, and to be honest, those scary chicks will screw any other thing they can to get their hands on, like animals, objects, and apparently 11-year-old boys. It's all a power struggle. And that's really what it is. She felt in control. Okay. She's just getting hot after, oh, he's just dependent on me. I get to comfort him and this, that, and this. And I'm telling you, that's the same mentality. That's how niggas out there, all these inferior niggas, that's how they do it. Okay. This is why inferior niggas are always trying to lurk around you and watch you every time you're dealing with hoes. So they can just figure, how can I get this? Basically just trying to, wait for the chick to blossom and then just swipe the goods and run off and stuff. Okay. That pretty much proves right there. If a bitch ain't giving you what you want, she giving it to somebody else that's inferior. That's I don't even know how else to say that shit. But that's all I got to say for this random. This has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today, Negro out.